As a physician, I would think that I just know it all, and I've been humbled working with you. I truly have been humbled, and I realized how much I didn't know about my own self, right? And I was feeling almost that I was losing control. And besides just the weight, right, I would check my blood pressure, my LDL, my HbA1c. The trajectory I could see, I was losing control there. My systolic blood pressure, which was creeping up into 130s, now it's always down in 110s. My heart rate, resting heart rate, which was in 60s, is now down into 50s.
It's weight loss coach Charles D'Angelo, and I'm here with a very special client, Dr. Zaidi, who's worked with me for several months. Not only has he lost over 20 pounds with a remarkably busy professional schedule, he's totally changed his mindset and relationship with himself, his food, and his health. Dr. Zaidi, thanks for joining me.
Absolutely. It's a pleasure, Charles. Thank you.
So can you talk a little bit about what the most meaningful results have been from our work henceforth?
Yeah, no, my journey, thankfully, has been very successful. And thanks to your help and how structured the things have been past few months now. And yes, I have lost quite a bit of weight. I was never too big to begin with, but I knew I had a lot of unhealthy fat developing on me. And, as I'm aging, my metabolism is not the same. And I was feeling almost that I was losing control. Mm-hmm. And besides just the weight, right, I would check my blood pressure, my LDL, my HbA1c. The trajectory I could see, I was losing control there. So for instance, after just working with you for a few months now, not only have lost close to 25 pounds, my percent body fat has gone down drastically. More importantly to me though, my systolic blood pressure, which was creeping up into 130s, now it's always down in 110s. My heart rate, resting heart rate, which was in 60s, is now down into 50s. My HDL went up by 20 points. My hemoglobin A1c was up getting to 5.8. Now it's 5.3 currently.
Fantastic.
Right. So all those numbers, which are indirect health indicators, they're going in the direction where I want them to.
That's awesome.
I feel so much better. Thank you.
You're welcome. Now, as a medical doctor, can you give your opinion? Obviously, we did this all naturally. We did this through changing the relationship you have with food, eating all regular things you could get in any grocery store or restaurant, and you travel quite a bit. You've done cardiovascular exercise. You've been meeting with me every other week. But what is your thoughts right now with the surge in the prominence of weight loss drugs, the number of people that are using those? What are your thoughts on that particular topic?
Yes, and again, we, through modern science and research, we are understanding every one of us is different. And our relationship with food and how it impacts us, it's different for everyone. There is a clear role for these medications in certain individuals. But I felt that in my particular case, some more discipline, structured exercise, some changes with my food and my relationship with food. I think making those changes alone would suffice. Like, I don't need to go on a GLP-1 agonist medication, right? But yes, there is a role for those medications, and certain individuals certainly need them.
What do you think about people who address the issue simply through a medical intervention and don't deal with the things that you and I have in regard to habits, structure, discipline? What do you think the prognosis is for an individual who simply thinks a pill or a shot is the answer?
Yeah, I mean, see, any medical intervention we make has some side effects to it, right? And to me, even as a physician, my goal is not only just for myself, my patients as well. If there is a condition that can be addressed through natural means, diet and exercise and sleep and habits, start there first, right? That's a low-hanging fruit.
Yes.
If you are struggling, then I can see a role for intervention and medications. That's what they are there for. But if more disciplined approach to life can lead to positive changes and benefit without running the risk of side effects from medications, and why subject yourself to it?
Very, very well put. What would you say to someone about what have you experienced has been different in the work we've done together compared to anything else you've tried?
Just to be honest, I had never been on a structured program like this before. As a physician, I would think that I just know it all, and I've been humbled working with you. I truly have been humbled, and I realized how much I didn't know about my own self, right? And I'm glad I made that phone call, and I'm glad that we have been able to work together and found this mutual connection and arrangement, which has been working so well for me. So yes, there's a lot out there in the media, you can get a health magazine, and there's so much out there. Yet you would see that quite a few times there will be recommendations which will almost be contradictory to each other, like what diet you need to be on. And there's always these fads which are going on there. In my mind, I think there is certainly a role for a professional in every aspect of life, right?
A coach.
Like I can watch it, I can, yeah, like I can find a YouTube video and try to figure out how to do a roof repair myself. But should I be doing it? Probably not. Call the professional and ask them to help you. So it's true with something like bringing a structure in your life and having a health coach and going through a program that makes you healthy.
And what would you say to someone who says they're not like you, they don't have the discipline, they don't have the focus, that they just don't have what it takes to succeed? What would you say to the person who's on the fence, who might be inspired by your story or the countless others out there who have worked with me, but they just still are having a little bit of doubt? What message would you have for them?
Maybe start small. It is certainly true that a major structural change in your life and exercise and diet and all at the same time may not work for you, may not be for you. Perhaps start small, maybe lower your target goals a little bit, may not be as aggressive, right? So there's some interventions we can start doing right away. Maybe 1 hour of exercise per day is not for you. But how about 20 minutes?
We didn't start at an hour a day.
We did not, right? I mean, that's where we are, but we did not start there. But with that said though, like, can you do 30 minutes every other day, right? I mean, there's certainly a role there for it. So start small and build it up. We can all, the first step is to take that first step.
Very good. And what message would you have for people about what surprised you most? What has surprised you the most about this entire process?
I was surprised that the whole thing actually works. There is a science that adds up. Like here, 2 + 2 is actually 4. It's not too complicated.
And talk a little bit for those listening about the nature of your life. Is your life, how would you describe your life day to day?
Yeah, so as a physician, and I take care of stroke patients and I do neurointerventional procedures. I'm a university professor, busy dad. I take a lot of calls. My work requires me to travel around the world, a lot of conferences and medical talks that I have to give in. So my life can be very chaotic any given day, and just like anyone else these days, right? I mean, we are all juggling multiple things and have different roles any given time. We all do. So with that said, though, there is always a way to be a little intentional about our own health. Planning beforehand, planning your meals beforehand, knowing what's going to happen to the rest of the day, and just making sure you have the right snacks and you're thinking the right way about what kind of meal you will have for your dinner. Where will you find time in your schedule for a exercise? You may not be able to get all your minutes in, but keep it simple and do what you can at least.
And how important was accountability for you in the process?
I think that's extremely important. There were days where I was not able to follow the schedule 100%, right? Or should not be admitting, but there were times, right? I mean, there are moments. It's your daughter's birthday and there's a cake out there, right? I mean, we can't just shy away from things that need to be done to be part of the society and family and whatnot. But accountability, being able to connect with you every so often and sharing my journey as to what's happening, what's working, what's not working, I think that's very, very important. Absolutely.
And any last thoughts you have for someone who really feels like they're going to give up hope on themselves? Please don't
ever do that. In fact, for folks, especially in my age group, late 40s, 50s, whatnot, I mean, it's very, very important. And this is the age group where the metabolism is changing. We're no longer young anymore. The body doesn't work the same way anymore. So it's important to have a structure. It's important to make that, either call you or find a guru or find a professional who you think can help you, and follow the program. But it's way better to do it naturally than 10 years from now, being on a handful of pills to be helping you.
And would you say it's been worth the investment?
Absolutely. Many times over.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much for sharing your personal story in hopes of inspiring many others, and continued success as we continue to move through life.
Thank you so much, Charles. I'm very thankful to you and your team.